Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on November 28, 2023. Iceland volcano, eruption fears as almost 100 earthquakes strike in an hour, live. A woman has spent decades making a landmark out of rocks. The city now wants it gone. Rainbow Bridge crash, Niagara Falls police warn against misinformation. Sex and the City star Cynthia Nixon begins hunger strike demanding Joe Biden calls for permanent Israel-Hamas ceasefire. Sky News, U.S. rights advocates launch hunger strike for Israel-Hamas ceasefire. Al Jazeera English, Cynthia Nixon, Biden has the power to implement a ceasefire and allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. Middle East Eye, Sex and the City star on hunger strike for Gaza outside White House. George Santos expulsion vote looms after speaking to GOP speaker about his options. The Independent, Jimmy Kimmel on George Santos, they're skipping the vote and going straight to the Heimlich. The Guardian, George Santos expulsion vote, how does a member of Congress get kicked out? Bloomberg, Matthews, another way Republicans and Democrats can punish rogue members. The Hill, George Santos expulsion vote, the grifting New York congressman can't lie this away. Ransomware hackers wreaking havoc arrested in Ukraine. Mother's horror as her two children die using scuba tanks in friend's swimming pool. The Independent, mum speaks of disbelief after her children died using scuba tanks filled with helium. Wales Online, mum's anger after her children died using helium scuba tanks. Gloucestershire Live, mum's anger after her children died using scuba tanks filled with helium. Toxic gas putting millions at risk in Middle East, BBC finds. Mary Lou MacDonald, man arrested after protest in Dublin. Sierra Leone coup attempt, what may have sparked the violence? BBC, what are the attackers' aims and how do they affect Sierra Leone's political stability? DW News. DW News, 20 killed in Sierra Leone military barracks attack, Eye on Africa. France 24 English, hundreds of prisoners remain on the run as military patrols Sierra Leone's capital, The World. ABC News, Australia, Sierra Leone prison breaks, 13 soldiers killed in violence. Israel-Hamas war live, Hamas accuses Israel of breaching ceasefire, IDF official says military, ready to continue fighting. The Guardian, Israeli military says explosions near its troops could jeopardize temporary truce on its fifth day. CBC News, Ben-Gvir tells Netanyahu not to take breach of truce lying down. The Times of Israel, Israel-Hamas war latest, Israel accuses Hamas of breaching ceasefire agreement and injuring troops. Granny, I've been shot, said Palestinian student targeted in Vermont. BBC, authorities face calls to declare a hate crime in Vermont shooting of 3 men of Palestinian descent. The Independent, suspect arrested in shooting of 3 Palestinian college students in Vermont. Evening Standard, Vermont shooting, victim jumped fence to escape attack after he was hit. Former drug trafficker offers up island in hope of reduced sentence. The Guardian, drug kingpin offers barren artificial island for less time in jail. Impala Platinum mine accident in South Africa kills 11. North Korea claims spy satellite has photographed White House and Pentagon. The Guardian, North Korea claims British aircraft carrier pictured by new spy satellite. The Telegraph, South Korea delays its own spy satellite liftoff, days after North's satellite launch. The Independent, North Korea moves heavy weapons to border with South. The Guardian, North Korea defends satellite launch at UN as Kim studies images of White House. Joanna Parrish murder, French serial killer's ex-wife tried in student cold case. Wife of Ukrainian military's top intelligence official poisoned. Stoltenberg urges NATO to stay the course, as it happened. The Guardian, Ukraine spy chief's wife poisoned, says Kyiv. BBC, Ukrainian military spy chief's wife poisoned. The Telegraph, Ukraine spy chief's wife undergoes treatment for suspected poisoning with heavy metals. The Independent, Ukrainian spy chief's wife poisoned, Kyiv says. Israel-Gaza, Hamas scrambles to find hostages as truce extended, live. The Independent, moment Hamas frees 11 hostages as Israeli truce extended by 2 days. The Times and the Sunday Times, Israel-Gaza, 3-year-old twins among hostages released by Hamas. BBC, keep waving, daily Hamas propaganda clips show freed hostages forced goodbyes. The Times of Israel, transcript, Israel-Hamas truce extended. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.